All right, all right. I think we should be live and ready to go. Let's see here. Is everything going according to plan? We are live, excellent connection. It's noon Eastern Standard Time. May 4th, it's a Tuesday. I always like Tuesdays for doing the recaps, usually the first Tuesday of every month at noon Eastern Standard Time. It has been a little different in the past, but I would like to do that going forward. Anyway, guys, welcome back here. It was a heck of a trading day today. I wish I could have kept on trading, or I could have. I didn't. COCP, we stopped trading here at 10. And wow, I mean, we haven't seen a mover like this in a long time. I only traded one ticker today, and it wasn't this one, but some really nice action. I had to take a picture of this one for the course because perfect pullbacks, breakouts. I mean, this ticker is screaming just everything that we practice for, honestly. So I'm pretty stoked here looking at this one. Anyway, guys, welcome to the recap video. I got a few things I want to talk about first, and we'll talk about April, the stats, and then we'll dive into a kind of a new tab here that is, I've been working on for a while now with our developer, and the running P&L tab is really, really insightful, and I want to explore this one with you guys. But for now, this is the overview, and let me give you guys a little bit kind of synopsis. And this is for April. This has been a very slow month. It's been the slowest month for me since last year, this time. So kind of crazy. Anyway, before we dive into things, we're doing the April recap, then we're going to do May forecasting, and then we're going to do Q&A. Every now and then I'll check to see if there's any questions coming up, but most of the questions I'll save for the end. Tradition, well, not really tradition, but I have been doing it quite a lot lately with the recap videos. I got, 2 beers. This time we don't have half-liter beers, but we got very strong beers. So we got, we'll pretty much wrap up the stream when the beers are done, but we got an IPA, 6.7%, so it's no joke. Brauspezialität. I don't know, nothing really super special I would say about this IPA. It does say it has lemon notes, mango notes, cocoa notes. Okay, IPA HUD. And then we got a really dark Bavarian Bock beer. I love Bocks. It's one of my favorite types of beers. Actually, why am I squeezing everything into the camera when I could just, make it big screen? So we got basically the two beers. I'm not sure which one I'll start with. I guess, that's tough. Maybe we'll go IPA and then we'll go Bock. They're both 6.7% exactly. It's kind of funny. I love a dark Bock beer though. They're really good. I like IPAs too, but I got a glass here. It's a half-liter glass, so it's not going to be all the way full since this is unfortunately not a half-liter bottle. It's only a 0.33. So we'll start with that, and then we'll dive into things. Also, if you guys are watching this on playback, don't forget all the timestamps will be below. So if you want to kind of jump around a little quicker, kind of skip the intro. Ooh, oh, that smells good. Kind of reminds me of like a Dogfish 60-minute IPA a little bit. It used to be one of my favorite beers for a long time. So, okay, let's pour this bad boy, and then we will get diving into the April stats, which are, borderline depressing. But I think the fact that we walked away green in April makes me pretty happy. There we go. The next beer is going to be a lot darker. Yeah, save the best for last. There it is. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, man. All right. So we got the beer, check. No more trading today, check. I got the gloves still on, but no more trading. Yeah, so these are my stats. These are also including the swing trade and day trade, so we'll remove those in a second because it gets even worse. But yeah, this is it for now. So let me give you guys a quick little synopsis. Then we'll go into the May forecasting, and then we'll do the Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, throw them along the way, but it's kind of the process. Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh, that's really good. Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know if I could find this video quickly. I just saw the funniest video that I think I have to share with you guys. And usually I don't do something like this because it's like not super on topic. So feel free to fast forward. But this is a little bit ridiculous. I can't believe I'm even sharing this with you guys because it's super unimportant technically. Okay. Here we go. Watch this, guys. Watch this video and just laugh for a second, and then we'll get into the good stuff. You guys ready?
But can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
Chug a seltzer water and not burp. You guys ready for this?
Oh my gosh. What do I do? Man might have the Star Wars Lego set Death Star.
Oh my god. Okay, I just watched this video probably 5 times while I was prepping for this recap. Sorry if that was super random, but I had to share it with you guys. Alright, so let's dive into here. I wrote a few things down so I don't forget. First of all, April, like you guys know, was a tough month. And not just for me, but for a lot of people. I mean, from Ross Cameron to... I don't know, anyone who's just getting started. I think April was a month where there was definitely a little bit of lack of opportunity, especially if you're trading small caps. I mean, that was really a tough thing. Anyway, so like I said before, the fact that we walked away green is a huge relief in and of itself. March was my best month. So last month, March was my best month since ending the 25K challenge. And this was my worst month since ending the 25K challenge. So it's been almost a perfect linear line. Next month on Trade Journal, we're gonna have a linear, or we're gonna have a chart so I can zoom out of my P&L for every month. Right now we don't have that, but it is what it is. But I kind of calculated it, and it's almost a perfect linear line up P&L. So I had to do like a little bit of zooming here and try to find that last day. So here is for April. Then last month, we walked away with $14.5 thousand with a profit margin roughly at 46. This is when my average position size was getting right around 10K, and then we wanted to get that to $20,000. The month before that, we made a 9K month. The month before that, we had a 13K month. So there was a small dip there. But then, I kept on going back and back and back. And it wasn't until I went all the way back. Okay, this is July last year, made 4K. And then we went back even further. And this is the first month I ended the 25K challenge. You can see our average position size here was only about $1,000 per trade. And we walked away that month with $600 profit. So it's actually crazy how much profit we made based on our average position size. So I just wanted to kind of show you that it's been a long time since we've had this big of a dip. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I just want to kind of put in perspective how tough April was for me personally. And I'll explore that a little bit more. So it's almost been a full year. It's been like 10 months since we've had this slow of a year, because I think if we go back one more month here to May, let me just pull this up. Yeah, in May my profit margin was getting pretty low. This was a tough month, and then if you go back all the way to April, I think April was my red month last year. April 2020. Oh, okay, yeah, I have to remove the swing trades, that's why. Yeah, day trading, hold on, something doesn't make sense here. Let me think about this for a second. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I didn't start documenting on Trade Journal till I think it was June, May, the next month, that's why. But yeah, we were still using the Google Sheets, and if you guys remember the Google Sheets, this is what we used to use, and this is what we were talking about all the time right here, the Trade Journal Google Sheets. This is where Trade Journal originally started. Here's the $25,000 stock challenge. Wow, that I really had to take a blast from the past just now. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, we started with the Google Sheets. I was like, wait, why are my trades not documented? I just had a freak out session like internally. Okay, so let me just remove some of these, and then let's just go back to this month. Last month we made almost $14,000. This month, $2,500. So let's keep talking about why. I know it's been a little bit all over the place. I do apologize. We're 10 minutes in and I'm just getting started. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get settled. Plus, I gotta enjoy the beer a little bit. What's up, Juan? Were you trading the beast? COCP? Oh, I can't look at it. It freaks me out. If I look at it, I'm gonna trade it. Okay. So let me scroll down here for the stats so you guys can look at them if you want to. All right, let's get back to it. Regardless of the possible expectations to keep up this performance from the last few months with that nice linear P&L trend, luckily somehow, I don't even know how, I didn't really have that much pressure on myself. I didn't really put that pressure on myself, which was good. Plus, when the small cap action totally did dry up for April, I could have easily kept gunning it. I could have been like, you know what, last month I made 14K, I got to get more than that. I didn't have that psychology. I've been trading a long time, and I realized, it's a slow month. Last month was, a red month, or last year, this month was a red month. So let me really be pause off. So that was really good, because I think if I really gunned it in April, kept on increasing my position size, which I was doing at first, and then I adjusted, I think it could have been a red month, and it could have been a very costly month. But realizing that and pivoting was important. So yeah, last year we had the same thing. May was a little bit better. So there really wasn't that much I could have done. I mean, our best days were like 20% gappers pre-market. Sometimes we'd have like 10% gappers. You guys were all there in April. So it was just slow. As you guys know, we're typically looking for a 40% minimum. So if we go here, tradejournal.co/connect, check out the slides and the checklist. You guys know this. We're looking for ideally, pre-markers up 40% that are holding their highs, pre-market trending over VWAP, right? I mean, this is all rudimentary stuff that you guys know. So I guess I'm rehashing it here again. Anyway, at one point I realized that I was staring too much at the charts. This was happening to me a lot. I was, staring at the charts, waiting for a move, and then I would be up 500, maybe 700, maybe $1,000, and then I would just start giving back profits, and it was freaking me out. I was just constantly waiting for the next setup, which, kind of never came. Anyway, onto that fact, I haven't really taken off since, mid 2019 of work. So that's why I was like, okay, April's slow. I haven't taken off in a long time. In March, I had very high blood pressure according to my doctor, hypertension, a very mild form of hypertension. So I was like, you know what? For the first time ever, I'm gonna take 11 days off. So that was Wednesday, 14th of April. The next day I decided to take off. So that was Thursday of April. So Thursday, April 15th, all the way till May 26th, I took totally off. And if we just go here to the calendar and scroll down, you can kind of see my P&L here a little bit. So one more. May, March, April. So that's here. So yeah, we took Thursday totally off, and then Friday, and basically till the 26th we took off, and then yeah, so basically this whole month we took off. This day we took off, and then yeah, and then Monday we were back in action. So I basically just took a whole entire week off of streaming, including Thursday and Friday from the week before, and I think it was really, really good. One, I wasn't sitting around waiting pre-market, because I knew, if I like want to trade, or I'm going to be streaming in an hour, so let me just keep on trading, and that's really dangerous. So walking away from that was really, really important. And I think it was amazing, and I plan on doing it again. So next year or next quarter, even, I think maybe once a quarter, taking like a week off is just, I don't know. I think it did me wonders. I have so much more energy now. I feel so much more relaxed. You guys could probably tell, like, I'm not breathing super awkwardly anymore. I think in March, I had a really hard time. I don't know what it was. I think it was a lot of stress from traveling. It was a lot of stress from maybe being indoors too much with COVID. I don't know what it was. I really can't tell you, but I had like higher anxiety. I was exhausted, and it wasn't from trading. I've been trading for years, and I never felt this way. So it had nothing to do with the day trading, because a lot of people are like, yeah, day trading's stressful. I mean, it can be, but not if you've been doing it a long time and you have your system in place. So I was really exhausted, and I would say taking that time off was really, really important for me. Let me quickly see what the chat's doing. Yeah, Juan. Juan also agrees the break was good for me, and I think I really think I'm not trying to say like oh man, I had such a good time on my break. What I'm really trying to tell you guys is taking off sometimes is the most productive thing you can do, because I think if I didn't take off, for example, I would have never made my video on the whole entire my setup. I would have just not had the energy. I've been doing a lot of due diligence lately into my swing trades and different stocks and crypto that I don't think I would have had the energy to do. I've been, taking my time off really allowed me to be like, oof, what do I want to do? And I think that was wonderful. So if you guys can, and trust me, I don't take off lightly. Like it was like almost 2 years since I, quote unquote, took off. And even before then, I never really took off either. Like I was always working. I never like dedicated like a full week of like kind of doing nothing. And even last time I didn't do nothing, but it was definitely like a forced session, and it was good. Okay, so let's keep going here on my checklist. One thing that definitely holds true for April as well as other months is that once I noticed on a daily P&L that there was a downtrend, usually the best thing to do is wrap it up. Sometimes, take a few trades, few wins, and then maybe if it's good, keep on winning. You'll have some losers along the way, but, just if you're on a good trend, stay on it. And this was even true for light market, and that's why I kind of want to explore the running P&L here with you guys quickly. So stay with me. This is going to get a little bit new. This is going to be new here, and what I want to explore with you guys is this new running P&L page, because I've done some insight here, and this is something that I've always felt. I've always felt like, oh man, like I'm in a bit of a red day trend. Like, where you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you're just like, your first trade's red, and then maybe you're in the green again, and then you're red, and then you get a little bit more in the red, and then you're kind of in the green again, but then you're getting red, and then all day it's like a stair stepper to the downside. I've always had that feeling that, oh man, like this is one of those days I should just call it. But then I've had days where it's like, I'm in the green, and then I'm down a little bit, but then I'm in the green, and then I'm down again. So I feel like I have my own daily P&L support levels. So that was kind of the inspiration behind the running P&L page. So let's dive into it a little bit. This is January here. Let's see what kind of stats we can get out of it, because I was already analyzing this here a little bit, and I think I found some interesting stuff. If you guys see anything else, let's review it. I'm gonna see if there's anything else I wanted to say. I have a few notes here. No, not really. So this kind of light green line here, guys, by the way, is the break-even point for the day. So here you can see I started out, but then I went red, and then I came back up a little bit, and then you can almost see here that there was a bit of a support, and then I bounced off of that, and then I went higher again. So it's kind of interesting how this works. And actually, let me go here and use maybe like a red marker. You can kind of see there's a bit of a support line here, and that's kind of what I've noticed overall with my daily P&L, is that my daily P&L kind of feels like a stock chart. It kind of feels like its own little stock chart. Here we had let's say a little open, but then we sold off, but we found support, and then we kind of moved up a little bit. We had a healthy pullback here, and then we found kept on trending to the upside. And you're probably like, Alex, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is simple support and resistance in my own mental state of mind. I mean, it's really interesting, the fact that, it looks like I found support here near break even, but then I really was able to break out of that. And then, yeah, we had a loser, but I was, that's inevitable. I got my bearings and then kept on trading. And I feel like the same is true for red days. So for example, sometimes January is a bad example because I almost never had red days in January, but let's say in February here, this is a bit of the situation where here you can kind of see that I hit a bit of a plateau. I wasn't able to break higher, and then all of a sudden I started trending to the downside here. You could even see I touched the break even line. I even had a little bit of a dead cat bounce, and then I started selling off again. And it looks like once I was basically back to able to get in the green, I was still in a kind of mindset of a red day mindset. So I have noticed that sometimes I'm in those moods where I'm like, I feel like I'm reaching and things aren't going very well, blah blah blah, and sometimes it's you really notice that. A lot of these charts really remind me of a typical stock chart. I mean, right here, for example, we broke the key trend line, and then guess what? We even had a retest. So that's why sometimes you'll probably even hear me say this on the stream sometimes, where I'm like, okay, I'm red for the day. I had a bunch of trades today. It's just a bunch of back and forth, and then you'll see me get one trade where I don't know, make like 3%, and then all of a sudden I'm green for the day. And then I'm like, even if I'm green just like $50, I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna call it. And the reason I say that is because I know I'm in like a mental state of mind where I'm like, it's going to end red. Like, the more I trade, the more red I'm going to get. So if I have one of those opportunities to get back in the green, I'm just going to call it. Just like here. Here's a perfect example. I'm in a downwards trend right here, right? And then I get lucky. I don't know. I basically was able to do 2-3 trades, and all of a sudden, I'm in the green again, right? But it's a red day. Like, to me personally, I'm not in the right state of mind. Maybe the market's not that good, whatever. It doesn't fit my strategy. So I should have stopped right there. And lately, I've been kind of calling that, and I do stop. So it's been going really good. I think before people realize this, and trust me, I didn't realize it for a long time, you would just keep on trading. And the only way to reduce a big red day is have a max stop on the day. So for example, a lot of you guys who've been here for a bit know this. If I'm down 10% of my average position size, I'm done trading for the day. So let me quickly go here to my stats. My average position size the last month, so in April, was $11.6 thousand. So what's 10% of that? That's about $1.2 thousand, let's say. 1.16, but ultimately, let's just say $1.2 thousand. So if I'm down $1.2 thousand for the day, that's it. I throw in the towel, I'm done. And the reason you do that is because if you're down that much, you're going to a downward spiral. And trust me, if you're already down 10% of your average position size, your rational mind is gone. You're overwhelmed with emotions because all you're thinking about is revenge trading. So you just throw in the towel and move on. So let's keep going here till March quickly. I gotta remove this. Let's close this panel. Oops, no. I still have to get used to using this thing. DMC says if I'm down 5% of my average position size, I'm done. Yeah, that's honestly probably the best idea. The problem is sometimes I'm also down 5% of my average position size, and I'm just like, no! To me, it's too much because any one trade can put me down 5%, and it's too tight. But I could see why you do that. In the end of the day, everyone has to figure out what works for them. So let's see what kind of patterns we have here. Here we have like a really interesting start to the day. Let me clear this. Here we have like a big run up. How much am I up actually right here? Look at this. This is impressive. I was up $776. Well, okay, that's not that crazy, but I was up $776, and then I gave it all back in probably one big red trade. But I was able to bounce back. So noticing that, guys, I just changed directions here. Like, it looks like I just had a dead cat bounce internally in my mind. Maybe I should call it. Maybe I should take this profit and walk away. Ultimately, I did make a little bit more money, but I gave back all that money first. So spending time and energy and emotions and mental sanity just to kind of, an hour later be at the same place. Here's one of those days where I was on a good uptrend and then I kind of had a big loser. These are tough days. These are really tough days because if you stop trading, you're in a green mindset, but if you stop trading, then what happens? Like you're leaving money on the table. So if you're in a green setup, I usually would say keep on trading, but I would say if you have a big pullback and you get back to break even, mentally you're double topping, and I would probably say call it. This is all kind of very hypothetical, but I've really found that listening to my gut and realizing that there's certain things I'm doing, like for example, if I miss a good trade, if I miss a great setup, I'm going to get FOMO and enter a setup that's not as good down the road. So what would I rather do? I would rather take that setup just with smaller size so I don't have FOMO later. So like I start trading based on how I know I'm going to feel in the future. And that's a little bit how this is. And trust me, that's made me a much better trader. So kind of understand your trends. Here's an example on the 11th. This is a red mindset day. Look at this. This is a perfect channel to the downside. This is like literally a perfect channel to the downside. So if I noticed, like not doing very good, gave back profits, and then I hear in this last little spike, let me just call it. Today's a stressful day. I'm not doing that good. Let me call it. Here you can see I had a double top. I should have called it, right? You could always say, man, you're leaving money on the table, but red days are so bad for your overall P&L. So you want to try to avoid those red days. And I think that's really what I did right in April. I called it. I started just saying, you know what, today's not good. I'm not doing that good. I'm going to call it. And I think that's why in April I was able to walk away green, even though it was probably some of my worst trading and the market wasn't really there for my pattern, for my strategy. Here's a day where I kind of came back out of the green. This is really what I like the most. Like here you can see I'm just on a great upwards trend. If I kept on trading here, maybe I would have even made more money, but it's hard to say. Here's a nice little upwards trend. That's really good to see that. Here I actually ended up coming back. So this is nice. Let's go to April. Yeah, this is one of those classic red day state of minds. But it's crazy how like it looks like there's own support and resistance on these things sometimes. It just blows my mind. Here, I did really good pre-market, and then the rest of the day I gave back profits. Those are, to me, the worst days. Those are always very stressful. Here I had a big sell-off, and then I kind of crawled back. Yeah, so it's really interesting when you analyze this a little bit more. Here you can see, I actually like this day. This is a day worth talking about right here. Let me quickly close this, and then we'll kind of go to the next topic. But I just want to, I think the main takeaway here is, how you can use how you feel on how you're trading to protect your gains. So by the end of the month, all those kind of little decisions really add up, because no one day should ever make or break you. And you should realize when a day has the potential to break you, and that's when you call it, right? That's really what we're trying to get away from here. Here's a day where you see I was having a hard time trading, but I was never giving back that much money. So I was kind of in the right mindset. I just didn't see the opportunities yet. And then eventually we break past this kind of break even P&L day, and then boom, we get back on track. So this is when things are looking really, really good. And then boom, I hit the ground running, which is nice. I gotta say there is one problem here with this. I just remembered I need to say this. So with this running P&L, this also includes my swing trades, which is not ideal. In the future, we're going to have filters here. Luckily, I almost never, for the last basically March and April, I wasn't really closing swing trades. So this is a little bit not so much going to affect these charts. But I do want to say that we need a filter here that's going to be coming for the calendar. It's going to also be coming for this page. Let me quickly catch up with you guys' conversations here. DAE Baller is wondering what kind of account should I use to access my account statements overseas? What bank should I use? Account statements overseas? Honestly, if you have a bank account that does not have online access, I would drop that bank account unless you have some sort of phenomenal local deal with them. But honestly, if a bank doesn't have online access, like, they don't deserve to be around. Like, unless they're doing something really great, but it's usually like a local mom and pop bank, almost community bank. They usually have really poor online access. I'm super not a big fan of them, and honestly, I don't know, I might be super biased here, but if I were you, I would drop that bank and get a second bank. Either way, I would always say have multiple banks, have multiple brokers, have multiple exchanges with crypto, have multiple wallets. I would never put too much emphasis on one account. Plus, some banks don't offer certain things, and then it's just like with brokers. Some brokers are great for crypto, some brokers are great for trading small cap stocks, some brokers are a bit more towards like options. So always have multiple accounts. But yeah. Ugh. Ooh, this beer is really making me burp a little bit right now. Apologize. Yeah, Juan saying I started practicing that too. Know when to stop trading. I hope I didn't go too much, kind of bore you guys with this, but sometimes really looking at these things for a longer period of time, I find is really, really, really important. Otherwise, I don't know. You just tend to, you have the stats, but you don't, use them, and sometimes it takes. This weekend I was doing some personal accounting, going through all my accounts, just kind of reflecting, and I spent, I think it was 6 hours just thinking about what I want to kind of do, where I want to go with my accounts, where I want to reallocate my assets. So sometimes it takes just a long time to think about it, because it's all about staring at it long enough till you have kind of a bit of an epiphany. So that's why I'm kind of rambling here for probably a bit longer than probably seems normal, but oh well. Sorry about that. DMC says I only limit myself to 10 trades a day, and I have a 1% stop attached to every trade. Yeah, and one says I remember that day. I forgot which day we were talking about, but probably the day I lost $800 in one trade, or even $2,000 that happened one time. Yeah, DMC, I think those rules are really good. What I realize with my rules is once they get too specific, sometimes I start tripping over myself, and I don't like that either. But whatever works for you, number one, and then number two, don't be scared to change your rules, but don't change them a week after you made it. I usually don't touch my rules for 6 months. I really am I like to think that I'm a huge ship, and with my rules, not with my maybe trading agility intraday, but I'm creating a system, and for me to pick out pieces of my system and replace them, there has to be a lot of evidence. And that's also why I don't want to make rules that are too suffocating for my ship or my system, because you have to give yourself a little playroom. So originally I had a rule that says 3 red trades in a row, I'm done. I realized that rule doesn't really work that well. What I would rather have is my simple 10% max stop for the day of my average position size, and just boom, keep it really simple, right? There's a saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. And I think that saying is amazing. Yeah, okay, so that's the running P&L. This is the P&L calendar, which I freaking love. I think it's so much fun. You can see here April was just an absolute mess. There's so many red days. So many red days. 2 days we didn't trade. One was a holiday. And then May. May's starting out pretty good. May we're already up 500, and then today we're up 800 or so. So honestly, May is so far better than all of April, which is just mind-blowing in a way. Also, what I wanted to say here is we didn't even make $2,500 day trading. So day trading was, honestly, this was such a bad month. But it wasn't red, so I can't complain. We only made $1,200 day trading, and the reason it was 2,500 was because, here, let me go here, was because with day trading, with day trading or swing trading, we closed out the most depressing position of all time, my Playboy position. I sold it at 96% profit at what was it, $20 or something like that. And then, no, I sold it even worse. Yeah, no, at 2043, and then it goes up to like $60. Like this could have been a huge winner, a freaking huge winner. This could have made my month. In the position size was small. It was only $1,400. It was a small position size, so I pretty much, you know, doubled it. But look how mad I am with my exit comments. I was so upset about that one. At one point, I couldn't even talk about it anymore because it was freaking me out. So yeah, that's April here in a nutshell. Yeah, everyone, rules are meant to be adjusted. The office quote, I love it. Wait, let me see here. What office quote? Yeah, Sync V says, so rules are meant to be broken. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not like a lot. They're your personal rules. They're not like, you know, rules set by, you know, third parties. These are like your own rules. This is your system. This is your routine. This is like your this is your grind, right? And I wouldn't say they're meant to be broken, but they're, you know, you can adjust them, but just don't adjust them too fast. Yeah, Juan says rules are meant to be adjusted. That's it. Oh my God, yeah, Juan, the QS swing trade was such a sad story. Honestly, it happens to everyone. Like, you can't really be too upset about it. It happens to everyone. Like, whatever, it is what it is. You know, should have been more patient, but I don't know. Yeah, literally and it's not even like the next week it breaks. It's like 1 hour after I sell after holding for 2 months, it rips. Don't even want to talk about it. Matt says, just started using your platform. I guess I was the first one to enter PRPO ticker. Yeah, actually you could be, because if you, like, let's say you add a trade, if you're the first one, let's say, I don't know, let's just say Apple had 2 L's, AAP, wait, is it APPL? Yeah, and then if there was, let's say, an extra L, you would have to create that one. That's true. That's funny. Scott says, hiding my P&L was a huge adjustment for me. Yeah, that's actually what we did last month. So last month we started hiding the P&L, and I think it's hard to say because technically the month we hit our P&L was the worst month ever for me, but I think like internally it feels good not seeing it. So I think it helps. I think April was just a hard month. So yeah, I don't know. I like keeping it hidden though. It does relax me a little bit more, I think. All right, let's do a little bit of, oh, by the way, before we do that, Colby had a really good idea to add the P&L of the day based on your average position size here. So I think we probably will be doing that. I just don't think it's going to be this month. So there'll probably be a toggle somewhere here, or else it's going to get too cluttered. There'll probably be a toggle, and you could say percent order like dollar or, you know, fiat value. And so instead of 627 here, it'll say 6% if, let's say, my average position size is $10,000. So it'll say 6% here, it'll say 0.03% here, it'll say close to 3% here. So I think that's kind of interesting. It kind of shows you when you wrapped up. I think that's a really good idea. Before we dive into May forecasting, I think it's time for me to finish this beer and crack this beer. I think I'm getting a little bit tipsy. I'm kind of like hungry, so it's kind of hitting me a little bit. If you guys are just coming in now, before you go away, you have to watch this video we watched in the beginning of the live stream. It literally makes me just laugh so much. It was on Instagram. We pulled it up here in the beginning, like the first 2 minutes, I think, of the live stream. We turned it on. It's a little dark in here. Let me move over the light here a little bit more. Increased it just a bit. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. It's not huge, but it's just enough. So let's open this beer. This is the Dunkles Bayerisches Starkbier, which is a Doppelbock. Doppelbock is one of my favorite. And another reason May is one of my favorite months is because in May we have this really good beer. It's called Maibock, literally May Bock. and it comes out, and I usually always go to breweries and just drink my Bock all day, but with Corona it's a little bit more difficult. A lot of the beer gardens are closed, which is a bit depressing, but I think I'm gonna have to order some. Anyway, here we go. This is the Celebrator beer. I'm so excited. Woo! All right, so let's pour this bad boy. You can see it's a little bit darker. Dark beers, I think, scare a lot of people that aren't beer drinkers. They're like, oh, it looks so bitter or whatever. Believe it or not, dark beers are very not bitter. They're actually quite sweet because to make a beer dark, you roast it. You roast it longer. So it basically makes the barley a little sweeter. It's like caramelizing onions, right? You eat an onion and it's kind of like, it's nobody eats onions like that. Well, maybe with a salad. But then you caramelize them and then you put them on a burger and they're like really kind of sweet and tasty. That's pretty much dark beer. It's sweet and tasty. I brewed beer for a long time, so that's why I know a little bit more about it, which is very weird for a lot of people are like, how do you know so much? Oh. It's amazing. But yeah, sometimes I ramble about beer way too long at like a dinner party or something. I try not to be the jerk that talks about beer, but it's hard not to. It's quite nice. Let's see what else going here. Can you mass import into your application? Aaron says, yes, you can. It's called the import wizard. The only thing that is important to note is you have to import a CSV file. That's the important part. Then once you import the CSV file, you use the wizard. It turns all the entries, like let's say you buy 500 different times Tesla and then you only sell it once, right? Technically that's one trade. So you import it, the wizard figures it out, and then boom, it creates a trade. But yeah, so for example, if I kind of show you guys here how this works, yeah, look at this. This is all one trade right here. So entry, 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 exit, 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 and then it created this trade right here. And then I documented it. You can see the screenshot of it, blah, blah, blah. And some notes here, another good trade on my end, but missed the rip. Could have held a tad bit longer for sure. And then, you see it. That's pretty much how it works in a nutshell. In the future, we probably will add API import, but honestly, like manpower is light right now, and we're trying to make sure like all the important stuff works. But yeah, maybe in the future, API import. Oh no, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. Good news is that Trade Journal is totally free. So, even if you're not crazy that we don't have API import, Trade Journal is totally free, so it doesn't cost you anything. But basically what I just said is, these trades right here, you got your entry, you got your exits, entry, 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 exit, exit, exit. You just click on all these, and then you could select a trade to add them to. But if the wizard, after you import the CSV file, it will put all those together. And here you can see, for example, the end result of this trade, and then my notes right here. That's what I just said. But yeah, that's how it works. Honestly, to me, it's so easy. Like when I have, let's say I did 20 trades the day before, it could take me, I don't know, under 5 minutes. If it's 20 trades or 100 trades or, 1,000 trades, honestly, it goes very, very quick. To me, the only reason it takes longer is because when I use the wizard, you have the option to add notes to every trade, and I always add notes because I want to think about it. So that, makes it take longer, but you don't have to do that, right? So it's very, very quick. Could be. When stonk beer merch, alcohol only goes up. That's a good question. I don't know. Probably soon. Let's dive here a little bit into the May forecast. And if you guys are watching this on playback, or you guys ever want to just kind of dive into stuff on your own time, just go to the Winkler, or just go to my profile page here /Winkler and scroll down, and you guys will always be able to see my posts here. Oops, what did I just click on? Winkler April recap. That's the one we're talking about here. Yeah, so I'll post it in the video description below as well. But that's how you kind of dive through people's portfolios, which in the future you will be able to make private if you're into that. I'm not trying to here to like promote Trade Journal. You guys are just asking me all these Trade Journal questions right now. Anyway, let's dive into a little bit of May forecasting here before I get a little too buzzed. Plus dinner's coming up, so I gotta leave. What time is it? 44. Oh yeah, we gotta wrap it up real quick here. If you guys have any questions, drop them, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. May forecast, pretty simple. I wouldn't be too surprised if, kind of like last year, the momentum or MOMO continued in the small cap space for May. That's kind of what happened last year. It got a little bit better. I mean, today and yesterday were pretty nice compared to April, so who knows. If we make some good pre-market trades, I was talking about this today on the stream too, I really got to kind of, quote unquote, wrap it up. Like if I have a great first leg, don't trade the consolidation. I always lose money during pre-market consolidation. So just like, pause off. So that's really like going into May, I'm aware of it. I just need to practice it a little bit more. Giving back profits on a slow market, guys, is just ridiculous. Lately in the past, being up 5% of my average position size was not like a great day. It wasn't, phenomenal. Like it was good. But lately, being up 5% of my average position size in a slow market, I think I have to accept and I have to acknowledge that that's actually quite good. There is some acknowledgments there, I think, for slow markets that I wasn't super aware of in the past that I should be a little bit more realistic with. Basically, being up a smaller amount on a slow market is still really good, and I should call it. I think going forward, I mean, those are like really the two main things. If I'm up pre-market on the first leg, don't trade consolidation. And then again, if it's a slow market, I got to kind of readjust. 5% is a good day or a great day, as opposed to typically it would be more 10%. So it's kind of like readjusting expectations. But yeah, the rest is all the same. I mean, we have a winning strategy for sure. We've been doing it for a long time, and there's really nothing I can really say to that. I would say if you guys are totally new here and you want to know, Alex, what is your winning strategy? It sounds so honestly retarded to say winning strategy. Like, it just sounds ridiculous. But first of all, we have a foundation video series here, totally free. You can check it out, and you'll get totally caught up to speed with like my favorite setups. Second of all, what I really, really recommend doing, if you're totally new, is watch the past the monthly recap videos. This one is a little bit more theoretical. It's probably a little bit more for not your new trader, but any trader that's been trading for at least 3 to 6 months, I would say, at least, in like dedicated trading. So this is like a little bit more theoretical stuff. This is like your masters as opposed to like your bachelors, I would say. But most of my monthly recap videos are like for your new trader. We go over patterns, we go over all sorts of stuff. So I would really recommend checking out the monthly recaps. This one, like I said, is a bit more theoretical, and second beer now, so. James is wondering if I can do a tutorial for Trade Journal. Yes. We're going to be coming out with a few Trade Journal videos, not on this channel. I think I'm going to make a custom channel for Trade Journal just to post like 1 minute how-to videos. And then we have a demo account coming out, so I'll probably just make like very simple like overview on the demo account, how it all works, and kind of piece it all together. That could be like a 10-minute video or something. But yeah, great idea, James. Aaron has a question. I have two questions. How do you adjust your volume chart the way you have it? I like that it shows both layers, buyers and sellers. Yeah, that's a good question. I do get that question quite often. And first of all, I want to say big thanks to Corey. He's probably not on the stream right now, but Corey in the community told me how to do it. So thank you for that. And basically, go to the Discord, which is right here, tradejournal.co/connect. Scroll down, click on the Discord group. Once you're in the Discord group, here's the Discord group. Go past the wall of shame. When you're past the wall of shame, go to brokers and exchanges, go to TD Ameritrade, and here on TD Ameritrade, you scroll up, and here it is. We have the mixed volume We have a whole video on it, and we also have the mixed volume code, which you could import into your TOS, just like that. I don't have it for any other platform, only on TOS right now, but that's how you do it. So join Trade Journal Discord. Again, everything is totally free. I'm not charging for anything I've ever mentioned in this video. Second question here: how much do you need to make in the market to live? Well, I guess that's subjective, but I would wait. How much do you need to make? I'll answer that in two ways. You need to have, first of all, I would probably argue you need to have like $50,000. The reason I say $50,000 is because for day trading, you need about $25,000 to be over the pattern day trader rule. So you need $25,000 in the bank or in your brokerage account, and you're never taking that money out. And typically you want it to be around $30,000 because, or else you're going to stress, because any one red trade can make you under the pattern day trader rule. So first you need $30,000, and then let's say your cost of living is $3,000 a month, which is roughly my cost of living. So that means if I have now the remaining $20,000, well, it doesn't last so much. Okay, well, for a very simple example, let's say your cost of living is $2,000. You take that remaining $20,000 and you have 10 months of living time, in terms of like you can survive 10 months with no stress or no going in the negative, right? So now you can have 3 red months in a row. It's fine. You can have 3 slow months in a row. You could technically have 10 slow months in a row, but that would probably freak you out. But that would give you your living costs, so you don't have to take money out of your brokerage account, and then that would give you a flexible trading account. Now what you could also do is practice on the side, so you can grow a small account. That's what we did. We did the $25,000 challenge. It just took a long time, and also halfway through we were like, heck, it's working, it's totally fine, and then we funded the account fully because I was about to lose my mind because it was going so slow. I knew for a fact, based on my stats, we could have went from, I think it was $3,000. It was either $3,000 or $4,000, I forgot. We could have went from, let's say, $3,500 to $25K for sure. The problem was it was taking a long time because we only can do 3 trades per day based on how we allocated our capital. So I would say $50,000. If you're really full-time and you're serious, I think to me that would be kind of a good amount. Technically $30,000, but you don't want to have the stress that you need the money, and I think that's really important. If you're like, I need to make a green month to pay my rent, you're going to have a lot more issues, for sure. BG's wondering, do you track your profitability split between pre-market and post-market open? Honestly, I don't, but I like that, and we actually have it in the backlog. So I want to start having it so we can show when your most profitable time as trading is. And actually in the future, we want to have a little bit of a automatic insight. So it'll Trade Journal is going to go through all your stats for you and tell you like your top 5 things, like this month, this is working, this is not working. We're going to really dive into it. This is the best time of day to trade. Based on the market you're in, you should be doing this. I don't know. We have so many things down the that we want to do. Anyway, that's all a little futuristic, but yeah, we will have those stats coming out, and we have right now coming an Insights tab. This is the tab that's going to really dive into your stats, and I'm really looking forward to that. That will, BG, answer that question. It will track the profitability between pre-market and post-market open. It's on the to-do list, actually. Sweet. Yeah, last thing here I want to cover very quickly, swing trading. I'd like to I like everything we're doing with other swing trades. Right now, all of our growth stocks are just like, they just literally flatlined for the last 2 months, and it's been a little bit ridiculous. But what it made me realize is there's a few of our swing trades that I'm not fully on board with, and I wish I knew more about them. So I've been taking a lot of time lately usually like 2 hours a day, just, reading, trying to understand more about certain stocks, trying to learn more about valuating certain stocks. I'm not that good at valuating stocks in terms of like what price should the stock be. It's never really been my focus, but I've always found it quite interesting. So I've been putting a lot of time into that. And until I kind of get a feel for it a little bit more, I'm not going to make any videos about it, but I definitely have a few more swing trade valuation videos kind of in the pipeline in terms of like what I want to do starting probably this month. So definitely stay tuned for that. Overall, I do like our overall swing trades, except, XL, and I don't really plan to change anything too much. Something I did talk about in the stream today, I do want to rehash, is Bitcoin dominance is below 50%. I don't, trade crypto right now, but usually when the Bitcoin dominance drops below 50%, typically there's a bit of a tipping point. So like right now altcoins have been on a run, and I think they're going to continue running, but I do think that Bitcoin dominance is going to go back up, and that means people are going to sell their altcoins for Bitcoin. So if you guys are, really crypto heavy, I do kind of want to, shed some light on that. Although if you're crypto heavy, you probably study crypto much more than I do. But I've been watching crypto for many, many years, about 4 years now. 2017 is when I started actively using crypto. Yeah, so 4 years, but there's always been that trend. So I do want to point that out as well. So I think, quarter Q2, Q3 could be where Bitcoin has a bit more of a rally and altcoins maybe simmer down just a tad bit. Sweet. Any other questions here? I think that's pretty much everything for this monthly recap. 2.5 thousand. I mean, I can't really complain, but it wasn't exactly a huge pullback from last month with that nice 14,000. Sweet, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. I don't really think so. So I'm gonna finish this beer here, and let me know if you guys have any other questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna chug it very slowly. Very slowly. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? Just because I thought this video was so funny, let's watch this one more time. All right, we're gonna watch an Instagram video right now together. Okay. How do I do this? What's the easiest way to do this? How did I do it last time? That was so much more efficient. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Oh, one says share your screen. Yeah, dang, how do I always forget to do that? Conservative. Ultimate. All right, let me make it a little louder. All right, here we go, guys. Wait. Are you guys ready for the best video on Instagram? I honestly can't get over it. And I think I just thought about it because I'm this is quite bubbly, so I've been burping a lot.
Where's Lego set Death Star? But can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
Can you chug a sparkling water and not burp? Here we go.
Oh my gosh. What do I do? Man might have the Star Wars Lego set Death Star. But can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
Man, that was like the double KO. Somebody left a comment here that I thought was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. What do I do? Man might have the Star Wars Lego set Death Star.
It gets better and better the more you watch it. This guy says,
chug a sparkling water
my man
and not
went
burp?
from happy face to face explosion to just KO. All right, this is mean, but all right.
Oh my gosh. What do I do? Man might have the Star.
Is that fake? I don't think it's fake, but that's freaking hilarious. All right, Chase is wondering, when do you decide to increase your position size? I've been at 1K size for a month. I increase my position size. I try to increase it every month, very gradually, like 10-20% every month. Right here, my average position size was about almost $12,000. Just do what feels right, just do whatever feels right. I would never force anything. I think that's the most important part, because like if you're like, every month I'm going to increase my position size 25%, you're going to like be in this weird mode. But if you feel like, man, I've been doing 10K perfectly, and I feel like sometimes I should double down, see what happens. If it freaks you out, go maybe to 15K. Just keep it simple, and yeah, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I don't know, that's what I've learned. Aaron says I'm getting buzzed, and I think Aaron's right. I think there's also a bit of a problem with like trying to stay focused here on talking about Trade Journal, and then also just trying to enjoy this beer. It's very, very complicated. After COVID, guys, we're gonna do how do you describe it? I don't know, like meetups in person. I think we're gonna have so much fun, either in Florida or Utah, or anywhere in the U.S. We could rent out a huge place, just trade for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and just have a chili vanilli session. I think it'll be so much fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But first, we got to get over COVID. I mean, travel restrictions need to be lifted. I need to get vaccinated, and then we'll be good to go. All right, guys. So it's been an hour, so I guess it's probably time to wrap up here. I was expecting 45 minutes, not an hour, so I do kind of apologize for going too long, but whatever. I mean, watch this on ×2 speed. I don't know what you want me to say. Suck it up. I don't know. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a like. I do appreciate that. I will finish this beer, though. It's so good. I wish you guys could drink some of it with me. Ooh. This beer is... It's better to drink slow, but it's still good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace out, like Juan says, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Scott says sign up to Trade Journal. Heck yeah, man. Trust me, I appreciate everyone that's using it, but also like the support you guys. I mean, not support, the feedback you guys give me. I got to burp. I'm out of here before I burp. Oh, I think I just burped. Oh, okay, there was it. No, I guess I'm not out of here. These are the 2 beers. I just saw that question. The last one was the dark Bavarian Stockbier. It's a Doppelbock, and it's 6.7%. Not like crazy, but it's a spot. All right, guys, for real this time, I'm out of here. And see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in. It was a chill time. Very chill session. Peace.